Chaz, do you want to talk to the VATSIM board of director about pilot training, or are you happy that your performance was good enough?
My performance is far below adequate, and I think the board of directors should disregard any behaviour that they see me getting up to on the network. Hello everybody, welcome to Chaz Draycott Media and welcome to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're on the ground here at Heathrow Airport in Echo Uniform X-Ray Hotel, the A321, Phoenix A321 of British Airways. I had to jump on the sim quite quickly tonight because we're doing something that's a little bit fun. It's very loud out here, but the APU is on, the passengers are boarding, and we're getting ready to go from Heathrow down to Zurich today. Just quickly, before we carry on, let me be that guy and point out that still over 75% of you wonderful viewers are not subscribed to my channel. A YouTube subscription is free, it's a simple click of a button, and it helps me out massively. So please consider subscribing to Chaz Draycott Media today, and I would appreciate it immensely. We're going to be doing this route, and we're going to be following my good friend Drew. Now, I've mentioned Drew a lot on the channel. He's a real-world captain for a UK airline, and he's using your controls tonight, which I was supposed to do that, which is a bit of software that means you can fly together in the same cockpit. He's doing that with his friend Simon. He's told me, and I'm reading this as it is written to me in a message from Drew, Simon is a BBC Radio 5 live sound engineer, which is mint. He's the lead instructor at the 744 experience. Now, if you've not heard of the 744 experience, it's an amazing simulator using the front end of a 747 with a fully built cockpit inside it. It's absolutely incredible. I'll put a link to their Instagram and a link to their website in the description. Check that out because Drew helps the guys out there and it's absolutely awesome. Simon is also a previous virtual CEO for Virtual BA. Sorry, I was just trying to listen in. There is actually, I believe, Tower On. We've got 122.8 at the moment, but I think there is Tower On. Let's just get the information from the iPad because I'm sort of stressing a little bit here because we're sort of following Drew down in convoy. He's in a British Airways 777, I'll show you. If we're here, those guys are just over yonder, just over there. They're waiting for us to open the cargo doors on the right here, so let's get them open, shall we? Don't know why it doesn't do it automatically anymore. It used to do it automatically, and I don't know why it doesn't anymore. Well, let's get the information for Heathrow as well. QNH is 1000 at present, so we're going to pop that into here. 1000, and it's not matched up on both sides, which is annoying, because I'm sure that the other time I flew this, which was literally yesterday, that Budapest flight, I set it up to do that. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go through my... Where the bloody hell is it? Through my checklist. So I've had batteries, external power, APU, master start switch, and bleed. Crew oxygen supply, ADIAS, nav and logo, strobe to auto, and then we have fuel pumps and then flight directives. Then it's a case of setting up the MCDU, so we need to get the flight plan and everything in. So we need to go init, do an init request. Today we are Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta. I'm really looking forward to flying the A321 again because I really enjoyed it yesterday. 5 Charlie Delta and the flight number today. Cost index, I didn't check that earlier, let me just grab it off SimBrief. Cost index is 6, Jesus Christ. Flight level 290 in the cruise. Perf, we need to get that off the iPad as well. It's great that the iPad can do this for you, to be honest. Sync the load sheet, sync the live weather, calculate that. We get our V-speeds 159. Wow, right, that is sorted. We need to check the departure, and we're on the Maxi 1 Foxtrot departure as far as I know today. 6,000 feet is the altitude that we want to go for. We'll whack that on there. Let's just do a quick radio check, just see if anybody's on that will listen to us. Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta radio check. Banging. Runway 27 right, and we're going to be on the Maxi 1 Foxtrot departure. And then when we get to Zurich, we are going to be on the ILS 14 BLM 3 Golf arrival. Not sure there's a via. I think it might be on the charts actually. Transition is Gipol. There it is. Beautiful. Insert that. I'm just going to update my scratch pad on here, which you can also download from a link in the description. You know the score by now. Let's go 118505, shall we? Let's just listen in and just see, because Heathrow Tower is on by the sound of it.
Mission start, brave, stay safe. Shuttle to Romeo.
Can confirm as well, by the way, from Valanta, that is them. 5 Papa Quebec is Drew and Simon.
Speedbird 262, read back correct.
Looks like we've got a bit of a celebrity part next to us, the retro liveried A319, and that is, with me, 3 stations at once.
2 stations at once, KLM 73 Alpha Heathrow Tower, good evening, wind 220 degrees 19 knots, runway 27 left, cleared to land.
Everything is set up, but this guy could give me different information here, so I'm not sure. Not sure. Don't know what Drew's situation is. I'm going to ask him what's his estimated time of departure. It's great to be at Heathrow though, with some ATC online. You've got to love it. There's loads of aircraft around us actually on Volanta at the moment. Let's just have a look outside, shall we? It looks like, to be fair, the aircraft on Volanta aren't all on VATSIM. There's a couple around here. There's just something hidden around there, which is the old Caledonian. Oh, actually, there's a few Speedbird around there. Look, hidden around the corner. Look at the size of the A319 compared to the 21. Great, isn't it? Such a chunky little jet.
Eurowings 37 Hotel from Alpha 6, wind 220 degrees 19 knots, runway 27 right.
Wow, you have to be ready for this in terms of taxiing. So I'm just checking Volanta. We're going to push back onto Alpha. He's probably going to tell us to face north. Then we're going to go Bravo maybe, or Alpha all the way down. Holding point is either going to be...
Shuttle 2, Romeo, taxi left, Alpha, hold Pluto.
Alpha 4, I think. So all the holding points are named after planets, if you hadn't picked that up already. So we're going to be pushing back Alpha, and then down this way, I imagine.
Speedbird 5 Hotel Lima, read back correct.
Drew's about to call up for clearance, apparently, so we'll wait for him.
Tower Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec.
There he is.
543. 777 QNH 1000. Clear for Zurich, please.
There he is.
Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec, cleared Zurich, Maxit 1 Foxtrot, squawk 6466.
One of the Maxit 1 Foxtrot 6466, Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec.
Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec, read back correct.
Heathrow Tower, good evening. Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta with you at stand 511, Airbus A321, looking for clearance as well to Zurich, please.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, no flight plan.
Roger that, we'll file one now, apologies. Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta. Oh, he's made a tip of himself on VATSIM in front of Drew. I bet he's going to be screaming, laughing at me.
Right, Bravo, hold Titan.
Knew I'd forgotten something. I got so excited. What a Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, flight plan should now be filed. Asking for clearance for Zurich, please.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, standby, number 1.
Roger that. I didn't say that too. Don't know if I have to read that back.
Condor 22 Alpha, apologies, the aircraft ahead didn't vacate. Go around, I say again, go around, acknowledge.
Going around, Condor 22 Alpha.
Oh.
Speedbird Concord 9097, taxi right Sierra, hold Nessie.
Right, Sierra, hold Nessie, and just so you know, might need to burn off to with 927.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, cleared Zurich, Maxit 1 Foxtrot, squawk 6217.
Maxit 1 Foxtrot departure, squawk 6217, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, thank you.
Taxi
Let's get that
Sierra,
squawk in.
stand 401.
Sierra 401, Santa Fe Alpha.
Finnair 4 Charlie Echo, wind 220 degrees 19 knots, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 20 right, Finnair 7 Charlie Echo. 4 Charlie Echo.
I knew what you meant.
It's never a good day when you get your call sign wrong. I'm ready for pushback, to be honest.
Speedbird 922, line up runway 27 right.
Line up runway 27 right, Speedbird 922.
Speedbird 922, there will be a delay for wait vortex. Speedbird 8 Tango Papa Heathrow Tower, good evening, continue approach number 1.
Oh, looking at Volanta. Someone departed not long ago. Watch this screenshot. Look at that. Yes. Not the right time of day though. We are literally just going to wait for Drew, and then we're going to follow him. They are Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec. They're in the 777. So I'm going to just get rid of the jetway at this point.
0 degrees 19 knots, runway 27 left, cleared to land. We can take out the signal from Speedbird 988 Golf Taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 6. Taxi Alpha, hold Alpha 6, Speedbird 988 Golf. Shuttle 2 Romeo, contact London, 127.105, good day. 127.105, thanks, good night, Shuttle 2 Romeo.
can we see Concorde from here? They're down there somewhere. There it is, but it's unfortunately substituted by a shoddy Microsoft Flight Simulator thing. Not really got a lot to do now because we are ready. We are just burning fuel at this point. Going to get ready to write down what taxiway he wants me to go to and what holding point and so on. We're going to be runway 27 right as far as I know.
Speedbird 5, Papa Quebec, 543, ready to push start.
Speedbird 5, Papa Quebec, stand 543, push and start approved, face north.
Push start approved, face north, Speedbird 5, Papa Quebec.
That, as you hear, was Drew asking for clearance. They're going to push back and face north. We're going to follow on and do the same thing now. Heathrow ground, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, request push and start, stand 511 please.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, stand 511, push and start approved, face north.
Push and start approved, face north, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta. Is our ramp operative. Let's get the beacon light on, shall we? And let's make sure that everything else is ready to go. Ground power has been disconnected.
Speedbird 262, taxi right, Bravo, hold Titan.
Nose right, tail left, we want. Release parking brakes. Okay, we have engine going into ignition. And let's start engine number 2.
Shadow 3 Fox, vacating November, Bravo 8. Shuttle 3 Foxtrot, hello, contact ground 121.705.
Oh, we're having an engine problem here. Start valve not open. What on earth? Never had this before. APU bleed on. What have I forgotten here? Did the APU not properly start or something? I'm gonna set parking brakes for now. Yeah, it says APU available. Okay, admittedly, I do not have a clue what I did there, but what I've done is activate a panel state on here where the engines are both started. I do not know what I did wrong there, but no, I've made a bit of a fool of myself. I really don't know what I've missed. I don't know if the APU didn't start properly or what, but it is what it is. We are ready to go still. Okay, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta ready for taxi.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta for taxi, contact ground 121.705.
121.705, thanks very much for the ATC, have a good night.
I'll speak to you again in a moment.
I hope he thinks I did that sarcastically, because I didn't realise it was the same bloke. Heathrow ground, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta ready for taxi.
05 Charlie Delta, Heathrow ground, hello, taxi, right Alpha, hold Pluto.
Right Alpha, hold Pluto, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta. Parking brake off. Let's get rolling, shall we? We're going to get flaps ready, flaps 2. Auto brake onto max. Pretty sure we put the predicted wind shear on earlier on, we did. We've got the transponder on TA, and we need to go right onto Alpha, which is the second right for us here. So this is Bravo. We need to check the cabin. We need to arm the ground spoilers in a minute and then do a takeoff config test. There's Drew and Simon just out the right hand window. Hello love. So we're taxiing a long old way down here, down towards Pluto, which is way down there. There's Drew and Simon's 777, mega bit of kit. We're going to get a bit of turbulence chasing them, I think. It's not going to be the most comfortable of things. I'm on idle and the aircraft is actually accelerating, to be fair. So we've got a little left then right chicane going on here. A little bit lively down here on Alpha. Where does the taxiway go? Oh my god, there's no lights. There's no taxiway lights on here. Just got to sort of follow that straight line. Why on earth is there no taxiway lights here? There's Drew and Simon right next to us. They're going to be going along Bravo all the way down. I'm holding short of Pluto, so I think and hope that I'll be holding short to taxi after them.
05 Papa Quebec, contact tower 118.505, bye-bye.
118.505, Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec, bye-bye.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, same for you, tower 118.505, bye-bye.
118.505, bye-bye, thank you very much. 118.505. Heathrow Tower, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta with you, taxiing on Alpha to hold short of Pluto.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta Tower, good afternoon. Can you accept Alpha 4 for departure?
I can indeed, Alpha 4, yep. Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta via Alpha 4, line up, runway 27 right.
Via Alpha 4, line up 27 right, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta. So he's got us going ahead.
Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec on Bravo, holding
so we're going there.
Figures full, we are ready.
Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec, taxi link 21, link 22, hold Alpha 2.
I don't know where this taxiway goes. It's seemingly...
5 Papa Quebec.
It goes down there, but... So the next one to our left is going to be Alpha 5, and then we get Alpha 4, which is the next taxiway.
Speedbird 262, monitor Unicom 122.
So when we get onto the runway, so we just have to put on landing lights, TARA, we want to start the clock, we want to get nose light, strobe light and all that stuff sorted. So that is Alpha 5 that we've just gone past. We're going to line up straight from Alpha 4. I think this is just shoddy scenery that I've got here. I've just got the sort of improved Asobo Heathrow on my sim. This should be Alpha 4 here. Yeah, this is Alpha 4. Drew's just messaged me saying do your perf from Alpha 4.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta from Alpha 4, wind 230 degrees, 22 gusting 32, runway 27 right, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 27 right, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta. Ah. Why is the nose light not? Oh, it is, it's fine. Let's go TARA on the transponder. He's told me do my perf from Alpha 4. I don't know if I'm going to get a chance. Does it tell me? Oh, it doesn't tell me. Stuff it. The best response in it, Drew.
Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec, line up runway 27 right.
Got it taking its time to stabilise.
Right, Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec.
Here we go. Manflex 57 SRS runway auto thrust is blue. A bit of forward pressure on the nose. 100 knots. It's already come off. We've got flaps 2. The aircraft is rattling around like mad. 140 knots. It's blowing to the left very aggressively. V1 and rotate. Up goes Pig. Jesus. Positive rate of climb, gear up. Oh my god, it is taken off like a missile. Good lord. I'm going to try my best to fly the departure. Lever into climb. Wow. Wow, I'm so concentrated right now.
Wind 230 degrees, 22 gusting 32, runway 27 left, cleared to land.
That accelerated like mad.
Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, monitor Unicom 122.8, g'day.
Over to Unicom 122.8, thanks to the ATC, see you soon. Wow, I'm so all over the place right now. I figured out why as well, that the aircraft did climb like a mother. It's the fact that we do not have the same amount of fuel on board. We have 2.5 tons on board, and I bet you we don't have any passengers either, because I changed the panel state earlier on, didn't I? So we need to settle this.
Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec, wind 230 degrees, 22 gusting 32, runway 27 right, clear for takeoff.
Oh man.
Let's take off 27 right, Speedbird 5 Papa Quebec.
Over to Unicom we go. Let's see if we can do anything on here. Passengers 226. So almost a full flight. There we go. Okay, cool. So you can do it while you're in the aircraft. Oh, you can't change the fuel. Can you do it in the MCDU? 7300. There we go. Alright. Thank God for simulators. Well, we're doing it. My God, we've got a crosswind. 64 knot crosswind. Wow. We're only at 6,000 feet. And we are going so sideways. Jesus. Right. I'm going to just chill for a sec. Beauty shots. Good lord. So, let's figure out where we're at. So we're on the departure now, we're on the maxit departure, so we can now climb to our cruising altitude of 29,000 feet. Let's get that punched in. This has all gotten a little bit ahead of me here, maybe I got a bit too excited. Let's climb. Okay, we've gone into standard pressure, we've gone above 10,000 feet, so the landing lights are now coming off. Seatbelt sign's also coming off. I'm so annoyed with myself for that. I don't know why it wouldn't start. Did the APU not start or something? I didn't start my clock. I've fallen to bits here, and I was hoping that, you know, in front of Drew I could show off that I learned to be a good boy, because yesterday's flight to Budapest was so good. You'll have to just believe me when I tell you that we're hauling at the moment. We are cracking on. Not that you can see outside. You can see the stars, which is nice. But yeah, there's not a lot to look at. Drew's laughing at me. He said, all good, we'll try and catch you up. I'm sure they will. I'll ask him what's his cruise flight level. Well, hopefully we can just get it right when we come to our approach and our landing. We'll have to see. They're at flight level 290. So am I. Oh heck. I'm telling him to eat my turbulence. Oh, he's just told me actually they're going to go flight level 310 now, so that might mean they go a bit quicker than me and overtake us. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we? We're climbing at 2,000 feet a minute. We're on cost index 6. We've got a 76 knot crosswind. It's so windy, and actually that rings true as well, because just outside my window earlier on I heard a massive bang and a huge gust of wind, and the giant trampoline I've got in my garden has made its way all up the garden and hit the wall. It's gone all the way up. It's mad how windy it was before, but then it all of a sudden died down. So clearly I'm getting the gust of it down here near London. 80 knot crosswind. So looking at our route that we've got then, it's not a huge flight today. It's 1 hour and 40 minutes block time, I think it says. 1 hour and 34 block time actually, according to this. 1 hour and 6 minutes in the air. So we're going to go straight down here, then change airway onto uniform November 941. Was that 491? I imagine we should be on 16, but not really seen anything land on 14. The crosswind is absolutely savage. 107 knots at the minute, our crosswind. 108. That's crazy. That is really, really pushing us, that is. Wow. 109, it's getting worse. Just having a gander on Volanta, and it looks like we're just going to miss a load of ATC that is around us. But we're going to be going into Zurich, which seems like it's got a bit of traffic going in already. We're currently here, just getting to Zamab, and then Drew and Simon are just there. 5 Papa Quebec. They've gone up to flight level 310, as indicated by the fact that it says 30,744 feet there. We're still climbing, 1,300 feet a minute up at the moment at 25,000 feet, so they've climbed a lot quicker than us. They'll have a much higher cost index on a 777. But yeah, cost index 6. Flipping heck, that's almost naughty. Naughty of British Airways to just give me that tiny, tiny cost index. Can't see a thing, but I hope either way you're enjoying watching me flail around like a... I don't even word... yeah. I'm just wondering if we'll get any, not TCAS warning for those guys, but whether we're going to see them on here, whether it's going to show us where they are. I don't think they're close enough yet, but I'd be intrigued to see if they do overtake us and show up on my screen above us, because there's no else to look at, it's just stars. I've whacked a dome light on just so you can at least see some of the cockpit. I don't know what else there is to look at, but yeah, there ain't a massive amount going on, is there? It almost looked like a 757 in the darkness, didn't it? Anyway, we have now reached our cruising altitude, 420 odd knots. It's actually slowing down a little bit now we're at cruise. When we now are at 29,000 feet. How far is it until the top of our descent? Let's just check. Top of descent, 273 miles. UTC, 6 minutes past 8. So just over half an hour now in the cruise. I'm going to go get myself a drink and chill out for a minute after that particularly stressful departure, and then I'll come back in a bit and we'll get it ready for the descent. Drew's just said tune 123.45. Be good if I could work a bloody radio. 123.45, Speedbird 5, Charlie Delta checking in.
Good evening, from 5 Papa Quebec. Just wondering, is that you below us and behind?
Potentially below and behind, yes. Speedbird 5, Charlie Delta.
That's the regular spot for you. You alright, mate?
Yeah, not too bad after flunking the departure and everything. I don't know why, but my right engine wouldn't start. I don't know if the APU is even on.
Yeah, that would do it.
How's it going up there in the big boy, in the 777? All good?
All very smooth, yeah.
Chaz meets Simon, Simon meets Chaz. Simon's the lead instructor in 744 experience. He's showing me the shared cockpit, which maybe me and you have a little go with.
Yeah, it's good fun. It's really good fun. How is it dealing with 2 less engines than normal, Simon?
It's a bit confusing.
Well, I hope you're having a good laugh, and I hope Drew's not doing your head in. Has he paid for your lunch or anything?
Good fun. Well, we'll see what happens down route.
Eating is cheating down route.
What speed are you guys doing at the moment? True airspeed?
425.
Yeah, 425 true airspeed.
Flipping heck, I'm on cost index 6 and I'm doing 396 true airspeed.
You're quite disappointed actually, we're only doing Mach 0.72.
They've got me stuck at 0.671. I'm really skimping.
Yeah, it's been a long time that I've not been able to see some kind of marvelous ball on my speed safe.
Yeah, I think right now I'm playing EasyJet Simulator, aren't I?
No comment.
Great fun though with these boys, that's lovely to see. Great to meet Simon, albeit virtually and in the virtual airspace, but they're speeding on ahead. That is them just overtaking us, 2,000 feet above and just ahead now.
Are you getting many nice beauty shots, Chaz?
You've literally just called me up halfway through one as we speak, looking over the aircraft at the moon. It's beautiful. He knows the format of the videos, he watches them. Hi Drew. Drew's just messaged me and just said that apparently Simon is he's in charge of pilot training at VATSIM, but he's also on the board of directors at VATSIM, so it's safe to say we had the blessing of VATSIM to use.
Chaz, do you want to talk to the VATSIM board of director about pilot training, or are you happy that your performance was good enough?
My performance is far below adequate, and I think the board of directors should disregard any behaviour that they see me getting up to on the network.
It's alright, because I'm a former board of directors, so yeah, that's alright.
Yeah, if you ever see Charlie Delta at the end of a call sign, ignore what it's doing completely. It's absolutely fine. All above board. It's them Delta Foxtrots you want to worry about.
The Delta Foxtrots for sure. Listen mate, we're going to do a little approach brief and then get ready for descent because it's rapidly approaching. Full BA procedures, we do the monitored approach, so we switch over control. So I've got it established somewhere for Simon to recover it and butter it on.
No problem at all. Well, thank you very much for your time, gentlemen, and enjoy the approach and the landing. I'll speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon, mate.
Pleasure.
Yeah, rapidly approaching for you two, maybe not for me on cost index bloody 6. Let's go back over to Unicom then, 122.8. I don't think there's any ATC on at Zurich. Wow, look at all the centres and stuff around us. We've got a lot around us at the moment, actually. That's the wrong screen. There's a lot around, but not where we're going. We're sort of going into the bit where there's no controlling on. There's so much coverage tonight, it's brilliant. But we are not going to have anything on at Zurich itself. Let's see what the distance is between them and us. Well, they're actually showing us there behind me, but they're not. That's just last time that VATSIM updated. We're here at the moment. It thinks we're there, so that's relative to my position. That's where they are, because obviously VATSIM updates us both at the same time, so there's quite a few miles between the pair of us now. We need to get our top of descent data in pretty soon, but to be honest with you, I'm still miles away from mine. 134, yeah, about 16 minutes away. We'll get it in. We'll get an initial setup in already. So Q&H, let's check the Q&H then at Zurich, shall we? We'll refresh that just to make sure we get the latest info. 1020. What I'm also going to do is just put that in here. So I'm just going to go boop 1020 and then whack it back in standard. We've got to do that on this one as well. 1020 and then standard. Cheers. We're going to whack 1020 in here as well. and then we're going to get the temperature and the winds. It is 3 and it is 180 at 8, so it's 3 degrees. 180 at 8 on the winds. Let's get the baro minimums from the charts on the arrival. Baro minimums 1602, so 1,602 into the baro. Fantastic. We're going to go full config. VAP is 142 on arrival. Pretty much ready to go by the look of it. Another bit of information we're going to need actually is what height we're going to be intercepting the ILS. That is going to be at Osnem, and that is 4,000 feet. Let's just check that chart actually. Not chart, let's just see where that is. Osnem, that's where we intercept the ILS, so after ZH413. Our top of descent, I believe, will be at Manag, will it not? Let's check on the flight plan. Manag, then top of descent. 56 nautical miles between the two, so it's after Manag. Any discontinuities? I doubt it. Cool. I hope you're enjoying the episode, though. It's always good to have a little chat with Drew when it's mid-flight. And I know that, you know, I blow a lot of smoke up his arse, but at the end of the day, he's a real-world pilot, and he's helping me learn this. He's letting me sort of use his knowledge to learn the Airbus and to talk about him a lot over on YouTube. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying this sort of saga of Drew making me a better pilot for you lot to enjoy. I'm just going to carry on flying now into the darkness, and I'll join you at the top of descent. Okay, we're still 59 miles from the top of descent, but what I'm going to do is put the 4,000 foot thing in here. We're going to put 4,000 feet in, get that ready. We're then going to click it and obviously get the aircraft to manage the descent on the way down. In terms of the chart for the arrival, we've got to be above 7,000 feet at Gipol. We're coming from this direction and then descending down. So the aircraft will sit at 7 and then drop down to 4 when we need it. Just looking at the rest of it, yeah, Gipol, then it'll go from 7,000 there to 4,000 there, then we've got the ILS in. So it should be a pretty straightforward approach, but this is me. To be honest, I'm just hoping I can get a good landing out of this one, because I've not got any night landings on my TikTok at the moment. Never really considered beauty shots of the inside of the cockpit before, but to be honest, there's not anything to look at out the windows, so I just figured I may as well show some switches and screens and stuff off. I do love the cockpit in the Phoenix, though. I think it's really, really cool to look at. There's so many bits that move and you can mess about with, you know, it's just stuff like this. I just love it. Drew was message saying the descent is now starting. Their plan is ILS 14. I am 5 miles from top of descent. I scared the shit out of myself because I thought I'd missed it. Let's get the descent in. They are going ILS 14 and Satellite Terminal E. So let's check where we're going to be parking. I think he said Terminal E, which is over there, isn't it? Yes, Dock E. I'm going to go over there as well. I'm going to try and go for... I was going to say Echo 5-1, but I can't see it on there. So I'm going to go on the far side for maybe Echo 4-5. I'm going to put that on here. You could honestly mistake that shape for a 757, couldn't you? It's very, very similar to the A321. Still descending at 1,500 feet a minute down. We're quite fast at the moment, but that's alright. And we are currently just glancing the profile. We've got a 55 knot tailwind as well, so the aircraft is working hard to make sure that we don't overspeed and that we continue our descent at the right rate. Hopefully things are a little bit more in control now on the descent and on the arrival than they were on the departure. I think because I got everything ready so quickly and then waited for ages, I sort of lost the flow of where I was at with stuff. I'm not sure if the APU was on or not, and that was maybe the issue, because it did say APU available, but I'm pretty sure when it is on, it just says available. It doesn't come up with the little blue bit underneath that says on. So not sure what happened there or what the issue was, but either way, I'm going to watch back the footage and I'll know when I'm editing it what the problem is, and you'll have known by now anyway. Like I say, I hope you're enjoying these videos, and I hope you're enjoying me being back on VATSIM for every video that I do now. I don't see the point in not being on VATSIM, to be honest. It used to be that it was a confidence thing where I wasn't confident that a certain flight plan would work out, and that I don't want to get in people's way, but you know, you have procedures for that, and everyone remains really, really professional on VATSIM, so I'm going to stick on it as often as I can now. And it just adds a little bit more, doesn't it, having the communication from everybody else around you, doing the radios and so on. Makes it a little bit busier rather than just me or yourself flying in this sort of empty world where there's no other planes in the sky. So there's a 20,000 foot restriction here at BLM. We're going to fly through that now. We've just got to be above 12,000 at ZH677, so the aircraft will descend nice and steady now. Scott's going to KLO for some reason. We don't want that. We want Gipol and then ZH412. I've had to change the flight plan a little bit here because it had us going Gipol, then KLO, and then back to Osnem and going round on ourselves. Don't know when that went in. Because what we want is Gipol, ZH412, and then ZH413. Yes, we want more drag. So we want the ZH412 after Gipol. Yep, that one. We want ZH412 there. And then ZH413, that one. Clear that. Boom. Oh my god, it's a mess. And then we don't want the other one. We don't want ZH704. We want CI14 and then Osnem. There we go. Flipping heck. So we've got more drag in now at the moment. We're at 12,500 feet. We've finally got that sorted out. I don't know why I didn't notice that earlier. Again, there's me saying it's going to be more under control. Got it even more wrong. Still, we should be on the right approach now for this, so that should be alright. We've still got the speed brakes out. The aircraft will probably warn us of that in a minute when we've had them out for quite a while. So we're turning left at Gipol. Then we're going to go ZH412, ZH413, Osnem. CI14 is just part and parcel of it. And then we're on the approach. Zurich traffic, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, headed towards Zulu Hotel 412 to line up for the ILS for runway 14, Zurich traffic. Gonna get to 10,000 feet in a sec, so putting seatbelt signs and landing lights on. Just make sure.
Zurich traffic, Speedbird 5, Papa Quebec, right hand downwind, runway 14, will go behind the Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta.
Behind? Why are they behind? It looks like it's done to them what it's done to me. How strange. I'm gonna get a message off Drew in a minute and he'll be like, what on earth are you doing? Right. So I need to go through my checklist and just make sure that I've not missed anything else. We're going to get landing system on in a minute. We know what the barrow and the minimums are anyway, so yeah, it's just a case of going through your landing procedure from that point. We've got loads of drag. The aircraft is slowing down. We're very steeply coming down, admittedly. It wants us to come out of standard pressure, which we will do. We're going to put landing system on. It's tuned in, it's ready. To be fair, we're over speeding at the moment. The aircraft is really trying to slow us down. Let's ask it for 180 knots. I don't want to go VAP just yet. God, it's struggling. Still accelerating as well. This is probably why it took us all that way down, or tried to. There's the runway. I'm going to try it. It's got Cat 3 single. It's got glide slope and localizer. This is possibly the ropiest landing I've ever done. Aircraft, you manage that. Zurich traffic, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta, runway 14 established, 10 miles to go. Yeah, about that. We're still overspeeding, we're doing 260 knots. Come on plane, get us slowed down, I dare you. I'm going to bandit this, I've already made an absolute mess, so I'm going to bandit this. We've got a big crosswind of 33 knots. We're only just getting under 250 now, and we're at 3,500 feet. Landing gear will be down soon. Seatbelt signs on. They are on. Oh, big frame stutters. Cabin check. Ding dong. Spoilers can't be armed because they're halfway down. We're at 1,000. Oh, stuff it. Be a good boy, Chaz. Zurich traffic, Speedbird 5 Charlie Delta going around.
1,000.
Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low, terrain. Too low. Terrain.
Yes, I know. Why is it still overspeeding? Oh, hell. I've got the auto throttle on. Just noticed as well that my camera was out of focus for ages. It's not going well, this, is it? I'm overspeeding the flaps now. It was at this point that just about everything that could have gone wrong went wrong. Drew and I actually had another video planned for next week. And what we're going to do is use that video for some shared cockpit stuff, and Drew's going to do some proper training with me to get it all sorted, because I couldn't get the go-around in, I couldn't get the new destination in, I couldn't change any of it back. I then had to basically just force the aircraft onto the ground. I just had to do a visual landing, effectively. Made sure there was no traffic around or anything like that, anybody to get in the way of, but obviously I don't want that to be how these videos go. I don't want it to just be me apologising all the time. I know it can be quite entertaining that I'm not the best pilot in the world, but I still want to get it right. So Drew, bless him, said it was very entertaining all the same, but he's going to plan some training with me for next week. We're going to do a flight together, do a video together, and it's going to give you lot a lot of fantastic insight as well as to certain procedures and so on. So hopefully you look forward to that as much as I do, but thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.